Before we move on to the next session, we want to talk about how to counteract hedonistic adaptation, how to counteract or how to reduce the effect of hedonistic adaptation in our lives. The first thing is variety and novelty. Have you realized that the first time you ate a specific food, like the first time you ate a specific kind of food, you had a very, great experience, like the dopamine surge was very high, and then subsequent times when you eat it, you don't get that exact same high from eating that food. That means that hedonistic adaptation has set in with that specific thing. So how do I counteract that? The first thing is to try new experiences, variety of things. Engaging in new experiences and activities have been proven to sustain happiness. Now, it doesn't exactly sustain happiness because, the research shows that, it's a sustained kind of happiness because you're getting, the first dopamine high on everything that you're experiencing. So like, you're eating tacos for the first time. Oh my God, it's so great. And then the next time you're eating jollof for the first time and it's so great, right? But then what happens is that you don't get the chance to, if that's what you want to do, then you're going to be sort of craving new experiences all the time, and that's not realistic. So in as much as you want to vary the things that you do, you want to change experiences, because if you keep doing the same monotonous thing for the rest of your life, you're going to be very bored and dissatisfied. So there are times when you need to create those new experiences for yourself, but you also need to come to the understanding that being grateful, which is the next thing, is being grateful and being appreciative of the things that you have right now. Those are a great way to counteract hedonistic adaptation, because understand that whatever it is that you feel is an interpretation of your thoughts. Your feelings are an interpretation of your thoughts, right? Your feelings are an interpretation of your thoughts. So if you see something, like a lizard passes by and then you think that it's a threat, you're going to start feeling fear. But if you feel like a lizard is not a threat, you're not going to feel fear, because that's not the interpretation of the thought. And so if you learn to be grateful for what you have and not always crave something new, and not always crave something different, crave something more, you're going to end up being more satisfied, more happy than somebody who's always craving a new experience or a new high. Do you understand? And then it also helps you to not become a slave to your highs, because how many trips to new places can you take in a year? How many trips to a new place can you take in a year consistently? You see, that makes it unrealistic for you to always pursue that kind of a high. And so being able to be grateful for what you have right now, and even for the experiences that you have previously had, those are great ways. Those are like great ways to sort of cash in again on the high or on the experience of happiness that you had in previous times, right? So let's say you took a trip to Paris, it was fantastic, and then that was probably like 6 months ago, right? Going through the photos that you took and just reliving the moments and just enjoying it in the moment without craving for another trip to Paris, without craving for a new experience. Because remember, hedonistic adaptation says that once you go to Paris the first time and you absolutely enjoy the trip, going to Paris the second time will not be as satisfying as the first time you were in Paris. And so being able to reminisce and enjoy the memories from the past without necessarily craving a recreation of those experiences also help you to really, maintain a good or a healthy baseline of happiness. Now, this is something that I sort of struggled to deal with. This is the third thing to countering hedonistic adaptation. When I heard the term at first, I used to wonder exactly what they meant by that. And the term is mindfulness. Now, I'm sure you've heard so many, or probably read in so many articles about being mindful. So mindfulness is actually being able to savor the moment, being able to be present in the moment and enjoy the experiences. Now, think about it this way. So between my husband and I, my husband is a more mindful eater than me. So usually I like to eat and get it over with because I have other things to do. My husband would like to sit, probably turn on a movie, set the atmosphere right before he eats. Yes, he likes to like really savor his meals. And I find that very striking because I'm like, okay, it's just food. Can we just get it over with? But then he always likes to take his time to really like savor the food. And so he's very like, you will find him being very choosy and picky about what he wants to eat. So if you are taking the time out to create an experience or to visit a friend or to be with, someone you love, being mindful is turning off the distractions, putting anything away that doesn't allow you to fully enjoy this person that is before you, enjoy this moment that you're in, the air, the breeze, the colors, the people, the music. All of that comes together as mindfulness. Now, how that helps you is this: it makes you keep an internal record. It makes you keep an internal record of the event that you can easily pull up from within you, and it sort of contributes to your baseline level of happiness because it's a building block, right? You have like something that you can easily cash in on from inside. You don't need to recreate the external experience to be able to feel happy. You can actually go back inside yourself and then relive the experience because you took your time to actually take it in, right? So you have the memory, you have the full record of the memory inside with the feelings and everything that came with it, right? So you're able to do that when you savor the moment, when you are in the moment, when you enjoy the time that you have in the present, when you are present in all your engagements. And one of the things that does for you also is that it reduces the tendency for regret. It reduces the tendency for regret and a desire or a need to recreate the experiences. For most people, what happens is that we take a lot of things for granted in the moment. Like, I'm sitting here in my office recording this course and I'm so excited to be able to do it. I love the fact that I have a whole setup here that is able to do this, but I'm also excited for who is going to be watching it. And I'm just enjoying, myself sitting behind the camera, I'm sharing such value, enjoying the moment, because probably in a time to come, I may not have the time to do this. And I'm, oh my gosh, I miss those days when I would sit down and just record course after course after course, which made me so excited. Now, if I'm able to savor the moment right now, it doesn't matter what happens next. I'm never going to, and what is going to save me is I'm going to say everything that I really wanted to say, right? But if I'm not savoring the moment, I'm going to have things that, I wish I had said this. I wish I had said that. I'm enjoying doing this. I'm enjoying talking to you. And so this is everything that I want to say to you from my heart, saying that be present, be mindful, be in the moment, and savor every experience that you have so that you can keep an internal digital copy that never gets lost. Okay, so finally, I would say that understanding hedonistic adaptation is very crucial for anybody trying to build or create a fulfilled life, because by recognizing how quickly we adapt to our changes, we can intentionally create a life of variety, gratitude, and meaningful connections that guarantee a long-lasting satisfaction instead of fleeting emotions.